The Pathways to Employment program is a 19-week program where we have explored industrial and trades careers. When asked, why would you take Pathways to Employment program, this is what a few of the students had to say.
I've always been interested in the trades, but I never really knew which direction I wanted to go in, so I thought that it was a really cool opportunity to be able to try everything before I had to make any really big decisions.
Well, I was interested in the program because I've always, throughout my life, I've always wanted to be in the trades, but I've never known which path to take. And this program seemed like a great opportunity to learn a lot of new things and get certifications and possibly further my life.
I was interested in the program for the trades mostly. I am interested in carpentry and electrical and was really excited to be able to experience other trades to see if one was more interesting than what I had in mind.
So initially I was in my second year of university in Toronto and I wasn't really sure what I was going to be doing with that, but this program became, and through pure serendipity I was able to move from Toronto to Nelson and then take this program, and instead of paying for school and not really knowing what I was able to do, I was able to switch from writing essays and reading over papers to actually being able to work with my hands and learn different trades and see if trades were something I was going to be interested in the future.
No. Our days dedicated to essential skills and job success strategies featured career exploration, workplace skills, employer expectations, study and learning skills, personal inventory, and effective job search. We also covered entrance-level trade math and basic computer skills, including navigating around many important sites for job search, WorkBC, and Industry Training Authority. We had many guest speakers emphasizing workplace safety, the apprenticeship advisor from ITA, numerous personality tests, and numerous contacts out in the field. Well, thank you very much, Mother Nature. Our scheduled day for ladders and scaffolding was our very first snowfall day of the year. The students did awesome amongst the very cold temperatures and snow falling. When it came time to be using our hand and power tools, the students came in with varying experience. Some of the students had zero experience with any tools, to some of the students that came in with quite a bit of power tool use. We used multiple drivers, hacksaws, reciprocating saws, skill saws, power drills with many different options for bits and attachments, and many more tools. Making their cuts to 1/1000th of an inch, we used our tools to cut into 2x6s, plywood, OSB board, EMT pipe, PVC pipe, and steel plate. When I asked the students what they expected when they initially signed up for Pathways to Employment, here's what a few had to say.
So initially my expectation of the program was that I was going to be able to work with various different hand tools and learn a bit of carpentry and electrical and work with different trades that I thought I might have had some interest in, but I wouldn't have been able to pursue unless I would have taken school, and I didn't have the funding for that. So this program was able to open up a lot of doors for me and allow me to experience a lot of new opportunities that I normally wouldn't have been able to.
I expected a lot of trades interaction and learning about the trades and tours and stuff, and we did get a lot of tours done, so I like that.
Within the Pathways to Employment program, student receives certificates in confined space, fall protection, level 1 first aid, industrial rigging, fire extinguisher training, and forklift driving. These certificates will allow students to have an advantage over other people applying for the same job. Coincidentally, Mother Nature came out and joined us with some snow on again another one of our certification days of fire extinguishers. The students loved pulling that trigger and putting out the fire. Our first trade to discover hands-on was millwright and machinist. Instructor and journeyman Craig showed us how to read technical drawings and layout. Students designed, laid out, and built their own square from a 4x4 piece of aluminum. Next, we moved into a week of welding and metal fabrication. Instructor and journeyman Lawrence induced a spark in all of us for fusing metals together. Students were able to use the press, roller, and shears and created a metal tool caddy and bookends. Thanks to Lawrence, we lost 3 of our students from the Pathways to Employment program to metal fabricating started in January. Next, we got to get down and dirty with instructor and journeyman Dave in heavy-duty mechanics. Students dismantled and rebuilt an engine and were even able to change their own vehicle's brakes. Journeywoman and instructor Michelle taught students practical carpentry skills in our 5 days of carpentry. The students fabricated small projects using safe work practices and proper tool use. Thanks to Michelle, the carpentry program stole Julie from our program into the foundation that started in January. We left with an amazing toolbox. Last but not least, instructor and journeywoman Julie Clare taught students how to light up their lives in 5 days of electrical. Learning basic electrical theory, Ohm's law and Watt's law, to wiring up single pole and 3-way switch circuits in the shop. The students had a week of completing projects. They built an electrical splitter box, numerous woodworking pieces, and they built 2 very large dog houses. We donated one of the dog houses to a local company that boards and walks dogs. Our program spent the next 15 days at Midas Labs. 5 days were spent in the world of programming electronics and robotics, including learning software and hardware necessary for control of electronic components, sensor inputs and outputs. 10 days were spent learning the programs used in the design stage of advanced manufacturing. Students programmed and implemented their designs to be cut on the CNC laser cutters, CNC routers, and 3D printers. It didn't take long to hook, nail, and sync these students on this amazing technology that Midas has to offer. There is sure no feeling quite like the feeling of driving a big machine. Heavy-duty equipment operator and crane operator Rod Voikin let us enjoy that feeling for 3 days in our introduction to heavy-duty equipment. YRB kindly donated a snowplow, a rubber tire backhoe, and a grader for us to practice on. Trowlex kindly donated our program a mini bobcat and a mini excavator. We also were able to practice on Rod's excavator and boom truck. Once again, there's no feeling like driving one of those big pieces of machinery. Lastly, Matthias Splitgerber is a registered forester with Monticola Forest Limited here in the West Kootenays. Matthias toured us through one of Monticola's clients' property where they're actively logging in both the conventional way using a feller buncher and grapple skidder, and also the latest technology of a harvester. Watching the harvester cut, limb, and bar saw the log to optimum lengths was truly a mind-blowing experience to watch. When I asked the students what are some of the highlights or what did they like from Pathways to Employment, here's what a few had to say.
built a toolbox, built some book stands, built a bunch of other stuff, played with power tools.
Just the experience with different instructors.
I really liked that we got to try all of the different trades and like do a week of each of them. And I also really liked the stuff in the beginning about like the personality building and stuff like that, and like figuring out who we were before we had to make any life decisions and stuff like that.
The instructors, they really were a really good help, and they really kept us interested in everything that we were like learning.
When I asked the students, what did you get out of this program so far? Here's what a few had to say.
I
Certificates.
got a lot out of this program actually. I got a full ride scholarship to take the metal fabrication program, which is amazing. And I got a bunch of certificates that I can use for employment, and also got a lot of different life skills and knowledge, and I pretty much got a future from the program, so that's huge.
I have been getting more confident in myself.
I got a full ride scholarship into the metal fab program, and which I'm currently taking right now at Selkirk and Nelson, and I've gotten countless certifications, and it's just going to help me further everything in my future.
The opportunity.
Now, what about a future? What's everyone gonna do?
Well, in terms of my future, I plan to finish my metal fabrication course for the foundation, and then I'm gonna try and get a job down on the island, and then I'm gonna continue with my metal fabrication all the way to Red Seal, and also possibly do welding.
Well, I plan on hopefully getting a job at Seaspan down on the coast and building ships for them. Really be interested in getting my Red Seal and possibly taking my welding fabrication mixture.
Going on to the plant operator course, starting in just a couple weeks here.
Using the skills I've learned here to have a better understanding of what I want to be doing.
Funding was provided by the Government of Canada through the Canada-British Columbia Job Fund. Many thanks to the Industry Training Authority for making this program happen.